I found some stuff last night, a few things, not a lot, but brought my wire here. I want to start processing my wire while the prices are good. So, but ideally I want to get my aluminum wire stripped. That. This wire here. Should take it out. Actually, so gonna have to put in 2-foot lengths. See, this will have a steel cable mixed in here. Okay, so what I can do, this one I'm not going to cut it too long because there's a steel cable inside it. It's going to have to be separated. Problem is I have this is two separate lines here, that's why it looks like I have so much. Two separate hoses. Put these things off the end. If I go too long, it's going to be too hard to unravel. It's all steel, reinforced steel inside there. Little chair. At least the weather's nice. It's supposed to be nice for a while. A few more days at least. Funny, it's weird, this wire. Almost that's aluminum. Not sure how much is here, maybe it's no. Maybe it's all aluminum here. looks like just aluminum. This is definitely steel here. It's all corroded. I'll have to run a magnet on it. See, steel. So there's a center core, yeah, still. Okay. Let me chop this up here and then see how it cuts in the center core. I'll have to strip like this. Pliers are here. So we're gonna enhance the value, and they check actually, to be honest. Even my Asian yard, they say, "Hey, is there steel?" I said, "No, I said I cleaned it." It's intertwined in there, so. It's a bit of a pain, but you know, what you can do. Part of recycling. I mean, they'll just put in a granulator and then separate this with magnets. So, I mean, big machinery, you can do it, but you're paying like, you know, 30,000 to do it. Versus me, I only have just a couple pieces here.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Hey, not too bad.
Okay, this is for Eric.
Yeah, put it in there. That's good. Did you let him know you're coming, right?
I called him.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so this is 2 bags I put it.
Okay, great. I'll take it in the house in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Care. Have a great day.
Yeah, all the best to you. Yeah. Okay. Something like this. If I go too much, then it's just, we have so much distance on this thing here. And it comes out like this. And you know, you put 2-foot lengths, it's less stress on the mortar, you know what I mean? Because the longer the lengths are, the harder it's on the mortar. It's only a belt driven 3 horsepower, so it's not like it's, you know, super heavy duty. If it was 220, it'd probably have a little more torque, but that's okay. Okay, let me just keep going here. Basically, I have 2 different sizes here. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just 2 different services or something. One was more heavy duty. So, did one just for the try. Okay. Okay, let's see how we did. Let's try to find a container. Something. I'll throw this for now. So there it is, stripped. But now this is going to be 61 cents a pound. They treat it as aluminum. I don't think they've treated. I thought they paid better because I think it's a better grade, but the Asian yard said no, it's Paid the same as aluminum, no difference, but I'm not sure how the big yard's going to be. Isn't that like... And this stuff was hard to strip even by hand. It's such a hard plastic. Machine stripped it like nothing. So I want to sell some aluminum soon, so that's why I'm stripping this. So obviously I have a lot of things I can do, but anyways, guys keep asking about this machine. It's called a SharkBite, GTADiamondTools.com. GTADiamondTools.com. You have to watch my video, and then you'll know, okay? Jammed. Oh, come on. You see it jammed up there because I think a little bit off. The setting's a little too much of a bite on it. This stuff's a lot heavier material. That's the problem. So I'm going through a bigger hole, but what's happening is that the roller's too low. It's actually biting the metal more. It's getting caught. And like I say, this type of plastic is really thick. You don't realize how thick this plastic is. That's why I kind of like to put better markings there than when you got a sweet spot like a certain color, then you're okay. I mean, being 110, like I say, it's not going to be 100% powerful. Usually on 220, they got more power. But I used to see this stuff all the time in houses, and so I would usually grab it, but I would sell it the way it is. Now I'll just say, another one here. Even with those aluminum, it's still nice. Nice stripping. Another one here. All stripped. Two not stripped. If you had hundreds and hundreds of feet of stuff, then you would start making money, right? Okay, that's done. And then I have this other cable here I got yesterday. It's number 2. Even though it's like number 1 center, but probably only pay number 2. Let's see. Feed this in. What's happening is this material is so rubber, like it turns so hard that it's stripping one line, but it's not peeling it, which usually it likes to peel, right? See, the material is actually like fused, and I found this wire looked like it was burnt, like they used too much power, and the wire kind of melted, fused, if you know what I mean. See how black it was here? This one barely went through. It's stripped. It's just the plastic is so hard that I'm having a hell of a time trying to get it off because it doesn't want to flex. So if you run them in twice and reverse the cut, it will peel it. It's having problems. Usually peels it itself, but wow, this is tough wire. Insulation is really tough. It's not stripped. See how tough that is, even though it's stripped. Guys, so some wire is really hard to strip even with a knife. It's all stripped there. Okay, got one here. It's easier to run it through twice. See, just plastic's too hard, even though it's stripped. See that? So sometimes you have to run it twice. Not that it's not doing it the first time, it's just this plastic is really hard. Maybe summertime it'd be more soft. Right now it's about 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. That's why people throw stuff in a freezer and then after you just smash it, right? These ones here, this is off of an old electrical wire. And you know what? They tell you they don't want copper showing out because it has to grip. If there's copper showing, it goes off the roller. So you just kind of want it like this. That's why I have to reverse it sometimes. So this is definitely number 2 because it's colored. See, look at the difference for insulation. How thick it is. See that? See that? How thick? So you're losing a lot of weight. You'll lose a lot of weight there, you know. Even this is number 1, but soldered, tinned or something. That's why I sold a whole bunch of this wire, because it's real gritty. When you start grinding it, like put it through here, it starts to grind your rollers because it's real gritty material. It starts breaking down. It's like sand almost. Could have been number 1, but we've tripped all up pretty fast, actually. There's another one here. If you guys do lots of wire, preferably not Romex. Romex strip's good, but it takes a lot to add up. If you're doing like 12 gauge big wires. Done already. Huh, hard to believe all that went so fast. There's another big one here, too. Actually, this is probably out of, oh, I don't think, where does this come from? It's almost like, out of the, electrical conduit of a house. See how it jams up because it's so much friction and stuff causes? It's like material. It's not plastic, it's actually like a material. See how if you look at the ground, it's like sand. It's all gritty. Stuff gets stuck in the rollers and then see it's brittle. See that? That means it was when they over too many amps they took out of the service and they overheated the wire for the electricity drawing too much amperage. See? And then plus this stuff breaks down over time. It could be 100 years old, this material. Who knows, or maybe not 100, but probably from the 40s I would think at least. Once you start, you just don't want to stop, right? I just find enjoying, you just do it. But, when you got, like, big wires and you start adding up, it's like, wow, you're like, that's awesome. Versus, 14 gauge, I'll tell you, it takes a lot to add up. You can be stripping for hours. I stripped lots before, that's why I sold a whole bunch, because I can't see myself sitting all those hours to make another 40 bucks more. Not worth it. We're talking like 2-3 days of the stripping, not just one day. Well, if you did one long day maybe, but it's just, no, it would still take a long time actually. Not stripped. I just wonder if these are all 12 gauges. See, all 12 gauges I keep. These are the stoves. That's up big time. Okay, good start. Okay, that's it. Stripped. This one went a little wonky. Okay. This is actually it's kind of stripped, but what it is must have went off the roller or something. Okay. The copper being really high, I can't let this stuff sit because if prices drop, and especially being winter time, right? Slower in work, slow, and at least this way it gets stripped. I almost think some of this wire might have been overheated because it's kind of burnt on there. You can tell when it's been overheated, the wire doesn't come off freely, it actually sticks. Stripped that pretty fast, I'll tell you. Okay. We'll do with this one here now. It's burnt on. Sometimes you get wires like that. Sometimes this machine could be doing it too, but just don't know. Not the best one, this one. Put a number 2. Okay. Yeah, starting that up. Maybe left here. This one was little bit harder, but it was a different kind of really hard rubber on it. Setting could be way off. Seemed like it was struggling a bit trying to go through it, but plus I have a pretty long cord here too, so that doesn't help either. Cords, and you know, every cord I'd used wouldn't work. The fuse would go. It was the only one that worked. And this one's kind of long, right? So you need high amperage cord. I don't know what kind of center this will be. I'm just going to run these through, try to find the right setting. It should go because it's not cut. It should go perfectly. See this one? No problem, see? Went through. It's still crappy wire, you can tell. So we put it on top of here. See how it frays? So you can't do this in your kitchen. Too many slivers. What's the problem with this wire? Another one here. I have these big tubs sitting here, see that? Look at all the stuff I'm wasting. Must be strands of wire. It's not continuous wires or something. Another one here. Where is it? Yeah, buddy said copper went up 50 cents in a week. So, if that's the case, can't let the stuff sit. Gotta strip it. Let's try this curly one here. I need to go just deep enough, not to go too deep. Even this one might work, but I'll try the next one below. Perfect. Okay, I think we're back in action again. Starting to strip the way it did before. You know, see how the first one I went through, it didn't wreck the inner cores. That's why it's, you know, it's coming off no problem. It's not jamming up or nothing. It was crazy, this stuff. a million slivers. Okay. Like, how is this wire? Look at it disintegrating. What kind of crap is this? That's why they won't give you any higher than what they paid me. There's too much waste. Okay, let me just take a break for a second. I'm going to strip this, and then I'm going to go to my yard. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I stripped a bunch more. And seems to be working good now. Well, so what it last did, when I last used it, so it's not stripping that great, but it's stripping it no problem. Just this wire, I think, is just crap. It's the wire is the problem, it's not the stripper. The way it just strands out like that is ridiculous. But in any event, it's heavy. That's why if I sell this the way it is, I'm losing way too much. But the 14 gauge wasn't too bad, but they kind of dicked around on the price. They lowered the price a bit. So, anyways, keep continuing here. Stuff sharp goes right through your gloves. Should have actually really good leather gloves if you're doing this type of stuff. It's like a needle. It's right through your gloves. Just gotta find the area that comes off easier. Makes it hard with gloves too, so. There. This stuff is a different cable. It's actually a lot heavier gauge. But it's same material, but if they're all like this, it'd be a lot better because there's so much weight. This could be off a stove maybe or something. Old appliance. Because the way it's weight's coming off. I don't mind stripping wire once in a while. It gives you something else to do, you know. Same old thing, but I'm gonna sell some copper soon, and I wanna sell some aluminum. That's why I kind of came here. This one didn't even go through properly. First one probably fell off the roller or something. At least if I strip all this, then I'm ahead of the game, you know, with the wire. I'm not desperate to sell, and I got a huge, humongous pile, you know what I'm saying? Do a little bit at a time, otherwise then if I have 150 pounds sitting, I'm going to say, I'm not going to strip it, right? You get lazy. At least this way, you know, if you're stripping it all the time, a little bits at a time, you're not going to notice the work, you know what I'm saying? I spent 2 hours here today, strip all this, it's done. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving here. Okay, done. Stripped all the wire. It took probably about 2.5 hours. I would think. I started around 12:30, so it's 3 o'clock right now. So there's a lot of waste already dumped. One container almost already. Too hard to get this. A little bit of waste there, but what do you do? I always like to clean up any debris. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to scrapyard. Going to dump this just to see what they pay. And interesting to see what the totals are. But I'm not going to dump aluminum. I couldn't strip these wires here. Had problems. I had to run some wires twice because it was somehow the rollers. I had a jam with another cable, and I played around again to kind of screw the settings up. It's kind of finicky, right? You know, once you have a really good spot, it's just once you lose it, that's it. You have to go back again and try to retune it. Okay, so that's it. On this, we'll go to the scrapyard. Number 2 and number 1 are bright and shiny, and number 2. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, took that load back. I thought it'd weigh more, but that big blue container I had weighed like 5 pounds itself, so just the container itself. But I can't believe the prices are super high right now. I've never seen copper so high. If you guys have copper, you better start selling it, or hopefully maybe hold on to it. Maybe it goes higher, I don't know, but in any event, it's high right now, very high. Number 2 copper was $3.74 for number 2 copper a pound. That's what I get from, you know, since I have a count there, right? And I do a lot of volume, so it'd be probably about, you know, a few cents more than maybe you'll get, but the prices are still really high. Bright and shiny, $4.09. $4.09 a pound. Wow, I've never seen copper that high before. So, wow, pretty exciting there. I'm gonna start working on my motors now. I think I gotta just concentrate on getting some of my copper ready, just because the prices are high, right? You know, there's no point hoarding stuff, you know, and waiting until price goes down. Prices are high, just start working on it. Bin, like I say, bin can, you know, it's okay. I can load it up anyways, get rid of the bin, but concentrate on some of those motors and transformers and whatever I can to enhance some money there, right? So the motor yesterday was another $2 more in value than I quoted, because I thought it was around $3.40. So anyways, $3.74 number 2 copper, $4.09 bright and shiny. Total weights were number 2 copper is 14 pounds, and the number bright and shiny was 8 pounds. 22 pounds total of copper mixed, $85 even for that bit of copper. You know, it did take 3 hours to process it, but well, it was probably more like 2.5 hours, because I was doing the other stuff first, right? Aluminum wire. So 2.5 hours at least to strip it with my machine. I had some complications with the wire, and near the end there was kind of flattening it. I think I was pressed too hard. Instead of it cutting, it was just flattening it a bit. And anyways, I noticed there was 2 different type of wires in there. Some wires stripped really good, no problem. It was a little bit harder, and some was really spongy and soft. And it's soft and oily. So I'm thinking what happened was that wire just, like I say, flattened out. It didn't want to. It just kind of spread out. It didn't want to split, you know. Anyways, not bad scrap run. If you got copper, guys, hey, you know, maybe watch the market. If it goes up a little more, or if it starts to drop a little bit, you hear some news. Any event, prices are really high right now. Good time to sell. Okay, if you like my content, you like my channel, you like my videos, and share with your friends, ring that bell for further notifications. Give it a like if you like it. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.